watashi wa nanu ni gosum. I am Chris. This is Chris in English, and it's Comic-Con week, my friends. It is Comic-Con week, and of course, that means it's the best week of all to be in San Diego. Woo! I got some woo in the house. I see lovely Miss Audrey. Good to see you, my Audrey friend. Good to see everybody out there. I hope you're doing well. What are we doing today? We've got lots of stuff to do today. Same as every day. We're going to celebrate Comic-Con because it's Comic-Con week here in San Diego. We're going to have a word of the day. And it's an appropriate word of the day in our current environment. We're going to talk about one of my favorite superheroes in the whole world, Mr. Nemo in the house. Good to see you, sir. We got the smallest little bit of grammar today. We're going to talk a little bit about simple past. Our question of the day: what movie or TV world would you want to live in? If you could live in any movie or TV world, which movie or TV world would you live in? Please don't pick Titanic. No. That's a bad choice. I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Titanic, and I don't want to give you any spoilers, but the boat sinks. Hey, look at Nemo. He wants to live in the world of Harry Potter. Very good. But you need to be careful of those Dementors, Nemo. Those Dementors, they're scary. They don't play around. They're serious about their job. Yes, my friends. What are we doing today? Let's talk about Corona here in San Diego. Actually, things are looking kind of sort of good. Our numbers are lower than they have been since June. We've only had 264 cases. I take that back. We had 385 cases reported yesterday here in San Diego County. That's the lowest number since July 7th when we had 264 cases. So hopefully our numbers will continue to go down because that's the right direction. Hey, Nemo's putting on the invisible coat. He's going to sneak past everybody, but not Dumbledore. Dumbledore will still be able to see you. And I don't know, can the Dementors? I guess the Dementors can't see invisibility. Let's see. Something else about coronavirus here in San Diego. If you want a haircut in San Diego, the barbers and the hairdressers are going to be open. But they have to be outside. If you want a haircut, they have to move everything from the barbershop outside to give you a haircut. And of course, the reason for this is because it's harder for the virus to pass to other people in an outdoor environment. So that's another change due to coronavirus. That is going to go back to normal sooner rather than later. Nobody's going to want to get a haircut outside, and you can't get your hair colored outside. You're not allowed to use the chemicals outside because there's all sorts of health and safety laws. That's what's happening in San Diego right now with the coronavirus, with the COVID-19. What's going on with you guys? I hope your families and your friends are all healthy and safe and well. I hope, of course, that you are healthy and safe and well and staying that way. Hello, Yana. Good to see you. I'm glad you joined us today. I hope you are healthy and safe from the stupid coronavirus. Alrighty, let's take a look at everybody's favorite part. I know it's what Nemo shows up for. I know you're Yan. I know my Yan when I see my Yan. And I'm glad to see you. How are you? Are you doing well? Are you healthy and safe? I hope you are. I'm doing well in San Diego. Yeah, I'm doing well in San Diego. I'm healthy. I'm teaching English online. I'm doing an Instagram show every morning in case you didn't notice. All right, my friends, it's everybody's favorite part. It's our word of the day. I will use my special voice just for you, Jan. Just for you. Ready? Word of the day. And our word of the day is a very good word for a world suffering from coronavirus, because our word of the day is convalesce. It's a verb. To convalesce. C-O-N-V-A-L-A-S-C-E. That's a difficult one to spell. Let's do it one more time. C-O-N-V-A-L-E-S-C-E. Convalesce means to return to health and strength after a period of illness. Convalesce. The verb is our word of the day. Let's hear a sentence. After breaking his foot playing soccer, he needed time to convalesce. Huh? Yeah, he broke his foot. Tomodachi in the house. I am so glad to see you, my Tomodachi. Our word of the day today is convalesce. Convalesce. To become healthy and strong again after a period of illness. After breaking his foot playing soccer, he needed time to convalesce, to become strong and healthy again. Coco! Coco, good to see you. Convalesce is our word of the day. It's a verb. Here's another one for you. After coronavirus is gone, the entire world will still need time to convalesce before we return to normal. Very good, Nemo. Very good. There is a relationship between recover and convalesce. You can recover from lots of different things, but you can only convalesce from illness. So convalesce is specifically recovering from an illness. Example, if you lost all of your money, if you spent it all, or you lost all in the stock market and you had zero money, that would be bad. But you could recover in time. You could save more money in time. You could recover. But we would never use convalesce in that sentence. You convalesce from an illness or an injury. You recover from other types of things. I hope that helps, Nemo. And if it does, tell me your sentence using our phrase of the day, our word of the day, convalesce. All of you, share with me your sentence. You can share it right now if you're watching the show live. You can leave a message if you're watching the show on recording. Or you can send me an email at chris@ChrisinEnglish.com. And of course, you can see the word of the day at the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. You can see the word of the day every day. And thank you to the free dictionary for providing our word of the day. Any sentences? Anybody have a sentence with our word of the day? Convalesce. To recover from an illness or injury. To become strong again after a period of weakness. It's Comic-Con week here in San Diego. It is, of course, my favorite week in San Diego. I like to call it Geek Week. Geeks are people who have an interest in the strange and the unusual. I'm a geek. I'm also a nerd. Those two terms, geek and nerd, are sometimes used interchangeably. But if you want to know a difference between them, I would say geeks have an interest in unusual actions, and nerds have an interest in unusual information. Geeks and nerds. Either way, it's Geek Week here in San Diego. There is a shrine across the street from the convention center. We would usually have the convention at the convention center, and there'd be thousands of people walking down the streets of San Diego wearing costumes and smiles on their faces. This year, of course, no one is coming to San Diego because of the virus. But some people have set up a shrine, a way to remember and celebrate Comic-Con, even though it won't be here in San Diego. I'm going to go take a look at the shrine. I'll take a picture. I'll post it here on Instagram for us. And What else? Because of Comic-Con, I want to tell you about one of my favorite superheroes. His superhero name is Green Lantern. You might know Green Lantern. He wears a green costume. He has a green ring. He can shoot force out of his ring. And that force can create a shape. Any shape that he can imagine. If he can keep his willpower strong enough, he can make it real. Green Lantern. Interestingly enough, there have been many different Green Lanterns. The very first Green Lantern was a guy named Hal Jordan, and he did an okay job. He ended up turning into a bad guy, into a supervillain. But he was the first Green Lantern. But he was not the best Green Lantern. In my opinion, the best Green Lantern is John Stewart. In 1971, a comic book, Green Lantern issue 87, introduced John Stewart as the new Green Lantern. And John Stewart was not only the first black Green Lantern, John Stewart was the first black superhero for DC Comics. How about that? How about that? So not only do black lives matter, but black superhero lives matter as well. Let's see, we got a sentence of the day here. We got it from Woo! Let's see what he says. I ran into my ex in the street. I thought I was totally convalesced, but I wasn't. I thought I was, using that be verb, totally convalesced, but I wasn't. Using that be verb again. I'm so sorry. Woo! I'm sorry to hear that, but just remember, You're better than she is. You can do better than her. There are too many fish in the ocean to try to catch just one fish. There are so many fish for you, my friend. So convalesce quickly. John Stewart was the first black superhero for DC Comics. Wasn't their first try at a black superhero. Here's a little known story for you. The first try DC had for a black superhero never made it into print, thank goodness. The name of the character was the Black Bomber. And he wasn't black, usually. He was white. And he was a racist. But when he would become angry, he would turn into a black man and fight racism. The Black Bomber was DC Comics' first thoughts on a black superhero. Thank goodness for John Stewart. Thank goodness for Green Lantern. We do not have to dress as the Black Bomber for Comic-Con. That is my Comic-Con report for today. I'm going to head downtown today. I'm going to go take a look at the shrine. I'll take a picture and I'll report back to you guys tomorrow. What is next for us? Let's do just the smallest bit. Oh! Stupid, Chris. I can't talk about Green Lantern without talking about one of my favorite things about the Green Lantern. Yes! Mr. Matty in the house. I'm happy to see you, sir. Welcome to the show. Talking about comic books, talking about Green Lantern. I have one more thing to share about Green Lantern. In order to fully use the power of the Green Lantern, mighty Mr. Moa! Oh my goodness. It's like a reunion party in my house. Maddie, I did! As a matter of fact, I did. Yesterday, I ate 6 tacos. Don't worry, they weren't the big, giant, full-size tacos. They were the small, street-size tacos. But I ate 6 of them, and they were good. You should come back to San Diego just so we can have tacos together, Maddie. In order to fully use the power of the Green Lantern ring, the Green Lantern must recite the Green Lantern oath. Are you ready? In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light! the Green Lantern Oath so that you can fully utilize the Green Lantern power. Here's to Comic-Con, my friends. Here's to geeks and nerds everywhere. And here's to you. Thank you for letting me play. Let's do the smallest bit of grammar for my class. This week we have been talking about the simple past. Thank you for laughing, Mo. I laughed a little bit too. We've been talking about the simple past. We talked about how to form the simple past. We talked about regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs taking the ED with sometimes having a spelling change. And irregular verbs just being irregular. There's no pattern to knowing which verb to use. You just have to memorize. Yesterday, we talked about forming sentences, forming negative statements and questions using simple past. How we have to use a helping verb like did, but sometimes we'll use was. Today, we're going to have a quick conversation about why. Why do we use the simple past? How do we use the simple past? What is the primary reason for using simple past? And it's simple. We use simple past when two things are true. Both of these must be true. Both fingers must be factually true. The action started in the past. That's the first thing. If that is true, we can check for the second. As long as the action started in the past, we're okay so far. The second thing that must be true for simple past, it must finish in the past as well, with no connection to the present. If it started in the past and finished in the past with no connection to now, we can and should use the simple past. Let's give an example. Last night, I ate tacos. Yes, Maddie, I did, see? I ate tacos last night. Ate, simple past, irregular verb. It's the past of eat. I started eating the tacos at about 5 o'clock last night. I finished eating the tacos at about 5:30 last night. 8. It started in the past and it finished in the past. And so I should use the simple past to describe that action. It has no connection to now. There's no taco in front of me now. So I use simple past. We also use simple past to show a series of events that started and finished in the past. Last night, I walked to the store, bought some milk, came back home, ate some cake. All of those actions started and finished in the past. They're all connected to each other as one story. Going to the store, buying some milk, going back home, and drinking. It's a story, a series of events that all started and finished in the past, and so we use the simple past to describe all of those events. Hey, you did it! That's it. That's all we got for today. See, I told you it was going to be just a little piece of grammar. When do we use the simple past? Tomorrow we'll take a look at some time, words, and phrases that we can use in the simple past. Maddie is sending tacos. Look at all those tacos, Maddie. Look at all those tacos. That's enough to share with everybody. Everybody, a taco. Tacos for everybody. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you so much. What are we doing next? Let's see. We talked about Comic-Con. We talked about our word of the day. We talked about our coronavirus update. I hope everybody is happy and healthy. Oh, my goodness. Tacos all around. That's enough tacos for all of EC. Everybody who goes to EC can have a taco right now. Let's do it. Our question of the day. Here's a question for you, and I really want to hear your answer, so please let me know. Let me know. If you could live in any movie or TV world, what movie or TV world would you live in? If you could choose from any movie world, if you could choose from any TV world, you could live in it. You could have those adventures. You could know those people. They could be your friends. What movie or TV world would you want to live in? I'm looking for your answers. I want to know. Please don't say Titanic. Don't say Titanic. Why would you? It's cold in Titanic world. There's icebergs in Titanic. You don't want to live there. There's lots of water. Don't. Is that Teletubbies? All right, this one's for you. This one's for you, Maddie. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Po, Teletubbies, Teletubbies, say hello, hello, hello. Have you seen the Teletubby baby recently? She is a grown woman now. I think she even has a child herself. I'm not sure about that. Teletubby baby, if you're out there, if you're watching, let us know that you're good, that you're healthy, that you're staying safe from the virus, and whether you have a family of your own. And if you do they watch Teletubbies? I want to know. She's not. She is not a mom, Maddie is telling us. Okay, good. She is, no, Maddie, no. She is a grown woman. I've seen the picture, yeah. And she's a grown woman, but if you look at her face, you can still tell that she is the baby. How about the rest of you? Maddie, he wants to live in Teletubby land. If you guys could live in any movie or TV world, what would it be? Where would you live? Oh, poor Maddie, he refuses to believe. He refuses to believe that the world moves and changes. We have a phrase. Sometimes it's the phrase of the day, Maddie. The march of time. It's the march of time. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, oh, Chris, you're going to choose Star Wars, aren't you? If you could live in any world, any movie world, Chris, you would choose Star Wars. Maybe. It's awfully violent in Star Wars land. Lots of people die or lose arms. It's a little bit dangerous there. There's snow monsters, sarlacc pits that eat you. I got Harry Potter! Coco wants to live in the world of Harry Potter. That's great. But why, Coco? Why? Do you want to play Quidditch? Is that, you just want to play some Quidditch all day? That's all you want to do? Maybe you just want to do some Expecto Patronus? Why Harry Potter world? I want to know. I know. Maddie, he just wants to play with the Teletubbies. He wants to watch TV on their stomachs. Anybody else, if you could live in any movie world or any TV world, what world would you want to live in? I want to know. I want to know your answer. It's Comic-Con. This is the week we get to think about all of these crazy ideas, like living fictionally. I want to live fictionally. Yeah, fictional people, they have a lot more fun than regular people. The Good Place! But the Good Place was the bad place, remember? It wasn't the good place. The Good Place, they were just pretending to be the good place, but really they were the bad place. Mr. Maddie, thank you for playing with us today. I'm glad you came to see us. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 San Diego time. Come back. I've had a great time talking to you today. But I'm worried about you, Woo. I gotta tell you this though, Woo. I loved that show. So that's a good play. What was the Janet? Yes, Janet. I want a Janet. If you liked The Good Place, we'll check out another TV series called Community. The feeling is similar. Totally different story, totally different setting, but the feeling for me was a little bit similar. So if you liked The Good Place, check out Community. I would not want to live in that fictional world. They're a little bit crazy, but it's a fun place to visit. If I could live in a fictional world, what would it be? Could be Star Wars. Maybe Star Wars. I like Star Wars. They have spaceships and they have the Force. They have lightsabers and blasters. I might choose Star Wars. I could also choose Indiana Jones. Traveling all over the world to exotic and strange places. Finding magical artifacts. Using your whip. Lord of the Rings. The precious. I needs it. I wants the precious. That might be a good one. Swiss Army knife in the house. I'm glad to see you today, my friend. Welcome to the show. Our question of the day. If you could be in any movie or TV world, what movie or TV world would you live in? Coco wants to live in Harry Potter world. She wants to be a magician. She wants to do magic. Yeah. She wants to have her own owl and wand and do some Expelliarmus. I hope you do, my Coco. Woo, he wants to be in The Good Place. He also wants his own Janet. She was great. She was one of my favorite parts of that show. I might watch that series again. I liked it so much. Thanks for reminding me, Woo. Maybe I'll watch it again. Coffee tastes much better when you drink it out of someone's head. Never forget that. It's always true. Anybody else? Swiss Army knife, how about you, sir? If you could live in any movie or TV world, what world would you live in? Little Mermaid? You want to live in Little Mermaid world? Or maybe you want to live with Nemo? No? All right, my friends. Anybody have anything they want to share? It doesn't have to be the question of the day. What movie or TV world would you like to live in? It can be anything you want to talk about. Maybe you have a question for me about coronavirus, about San Diego, about United States. Maybe you have a question about English, about grammar. Remember, that's what I do. I do grammar. No? Somewhat? Anyone? All right then, my friends. I want to thank you all for coming to see the show today. I had a great time. We talked about Wonder Woman. We talked about... No, we didn't talk about Wonder Woman. We talked about Green Lantern. We talked about Jon Stewart. We talked about The Simple Past. We talked about having haircuts outside in San Diego and how our coronavirus numbers are lower. We talked about Comic-Con week and the Shrine. That's it. We talked about everything. We talked about everything. I even gave you the Green Lantern oath, and I sang a Teletubby song. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow. We'll have another Comic-Con day. Until then, please remember my name is Chris, and I love you all. Go away. a good day, everybody.